welcome back. It's Purlcast 38, I believe, and it's sort of kind of spring. It's early March. Here we are. And I know I'm laughing. Well, it's spring for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the
I don't
time
call it spring yet, but it's spring, I guess.
Okay. And
I consider March still winter.
I think it just depends where you live, because like I have a couple friends in Connecticut that were posting pictures of like crocus that were coming up. And
yeah,
there's some springy flowers happening. Yeah. Not here, but in other places. Yeah, so by the time this airs, our storm will be over. But yeah.
Should we introduce ourselves?
We should. I'm Jana. Everybody knows that because it's my channel. Go ahead.
Lindsay.
Jill.
And these are my podcast partners from Illinois, where it's warmer and more springy than it is in Wyoming, where we're having a snowstorm.
Where we have blooming crocuses here.
Right.
I don't even know what it is.
It's kind of a white springtime flower.
Some are purple.
Uh-huh.
Some are even yellow. Are those called jonquils, though, if they're yellow?
Something to Google. I don't know.
There we go.
Yeah.
I do not know. But I noticed that you're wearing your campsite cardi.
I am inspired by Lindsay and her daughter. Lindsay posted a picture the other day of she and her daughter in their matching campsite cardis. And that was neat. It was adorable.
It was adorable. Someone else, I'm assuming your husband, took the photo from behind, and it was Lindsay holding her daughter's hand, and they were wearing their matchy campsite cardis. It was so cute, mommy and me.
It was neat.
Super cute. Right? Yeah. So, Lindsay, you keep looking down because I know you're knitting a sweater.
Sorry, I will stop. I messed up and I didn't want to think back. So,
but you're knitting a sweater. Tell us about the sweater you're knitting.
I'm knitting the So Faded by Andrea Mowry, and it is not on my Ravelry page because I suck at that. So, but I can show you my colors.
Yes. Nice.
I haven't quite decided what order they'll go in yet, but these are the colors I'm using.
Okay.
So I may end up just using these three. I may throw this one in there somewhere.
Cool.
We'll see.
Nice.
But I need to put it down because I need to fix a portion of a row. And
so are you going to make an adult version as well?
I am going to make the adult sized one out of different yarn and one for my daughter out of that same yarn too. However, I'm making her the smaller size, like a now size out of yarn that I already had.
Yep. Awesome. That's fun. Jill, what are you working on right now?
What am I working on? I am working on socks. I know. Hey, sock.
Did you make that project bag?
I did. Look, they're little sheep.
Sheep. Oh, you have a sheep one too? Yes. Oh, look. Matchy sheep. Because Jill sent us these for Christmas.
Look at the insides. Because you guys have plaid on the inside too.
No, I don't.
Yes.
You have polka dots?
No.
Gray.
You have gray.
Perfect for sock size. They are perfect sock size.
They really are. And actually, this one I made first. And I didn't like it at the time because the inside didn't have any interfacing and it was very wobbly. But I think I kind of like that now. So, anywho, yes, nice. I am taking your sock class. And if anybody is interested, I would highly recommend it. I think that you're going to be doing another one coming up in the future.
Yeah, I think I will. Where would people watch? This one I didn't really advertise very much because I just wanted patrons to do it first. And I mean, I've done it before, but I haven't, not in quite some time. And so I just sent out an email to, my newsletter list and said, hey, I'm going to offer this class coming up in a week or so. Here's the situation. Here's the schedule. And so that's how people found out about it. I didn't really post on social media this time. I just sent out a newsletter email and we had the classes filled within a day or two. And so because I limit the attendance to only 8 people per class so that, in our Zoom window, we have the 3x3 Brady Bunch square. So me plus 8. And that way everybody can see everybody without having to go to another page, on your Zoom window. And that way you get to meet your classmates and interact. And it's been a lot of fun to meet everybody and hang out for a couple hours each week. Yeah. So if you're interested in being notified when I do another class, go to purltogether.com, and up at the top, Lindsay has made a menu bar and it says newsletter. So click that and sign up, and that's how you'd find out about the next one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then if you're a patron, I think you get first dibs on spots.
Yes, if you're a patron, I did post it first in the patron group on Facebook and in the patron group on Patreon, on the Patreon feed. I did post it first for patrons, and patrons get a discount on the class registration fee. So you get first dibs and a discount. So, but there's a time frame for that. And if patrons, if you want to do that, cool. And if not, then, I open it up to everybody else. Usually newsletter first, and then I would do social media after that. So
nice.
Anyway, thanks for bringing that up. So this time was a cuff down sock, and Jill's made this fantastic two-tone, super cool version. Tell us about your yarn.
My yarn, the pink is Fiber Seed, and I believe it's called French Rose. It's on my Ravelry page,
which I'll link down below.
Yep. And that was a gift for Christmas. And then the white is just a Cascade.
The Cascade Heritage.
Cascade Heritage looks kind of like bubblegum, with the custom heel to fit me exactly that I learned from the class on Monday. I'm getting ready for Monday. So I am pretty close.
Yay.
I was at this point last night when I realized I do not have a long needle with a US size 0, nor did I have double points. So Lindsay came to the rescue. Her husband came to town today, and she had double point zeros.
And brought you the Knit Pick sock set. Yep.
Yes, she did. So I will be able to get to where I need to be for class tomorrow. I'll get my homework done.
I'll put a link. If people are interested in that Knit Pick sock set, I've had my set like that for probably 10 years. So I'll put the link for that down below as well. And yeah, it's pretty cool actually, because it has the US sizes 0 through 3, but it also has a US like 1.5. So which means a 2.25 millimeter and a 2.5 millimeter. And that's an important distinction because most places don't offer that, kind of middle of the road between a 1 and a 2. So it's 1.5, which is nice. Right.
I saw this. This is going to have to go on my wish list now.
It's a nice little set.
It is.
Local yarn store.
Yep. Definitely shop at your local yarn store first. But then if you don't have a local yarn store, they don't have what you want, then you can buy it through my affiliate link. And of course, I would appreciate that as well. But definitely support your local yarn store first. Certainly. So, yay. You'll be ready for sock number 2.
I will very, very soon. I'm excited.
Yay.
Do you have anything else on the needles at the moment?
I do not. I have a lot of finished objects since the last time that we have podcasted. And my last one just came off the needles last night. So I'm ready to wind for my next one.
Which is?
But can you show us the hat you finished this week?
Yes. I did palms this morning. Yes.
Yay. Love.
Look how that I forget how much I love pom-poms. Oh my gosh, they're so much fun to make. Look how stinking cute that is.
That's so cute. That's
so my gosh.
Oh, I love that. So cute.
I laid it down to take a picture for Ravelry, and I was just thinking, oh my gosh, I need to make them in like all of the colors for my daughter and her friends. So like everybody has one in a different color. So
they would love it.
Oh my gosh. And then like M&Ms for Halloween.
And Jill, tell us the pattern.
The pattern is
North
Wind's Beanie
by Lizzie
Knits.
Yes.
Yes, by Lizzie Knits. And she actually lives in Illinois. She lives up near Chicago in a suburb. So that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yes. And then you know, I sent you all the links, Jana, and then I neglected to bring down my piece of paper where I had everything. I thought I was prepared.
Well, I can look.
I always attach my palm using a button because then it's easier to wash the hat. So that's just tied on like that. And then I sent you the link to the YouTube video that I used to
make
remind
them?
me of how to do the pom-pom.
Okay.
Yep. And that's actually, I think, Destiny Meyer.
Okay.
Nifty Knittings is the YouTube video that I use to remind me how to do this.
Yep.
And then
I just love that with the big green palm. Oh, and the little hearts.
Yes.
With a big purple palm.
Yes. And you can tell this one doesn't have the button, and see how much floppier it is.
Yeah.
Whereas,
that button stabilizes it quite a bit.
It really does.
Oh, I need to make a little hearts with a big palm.
So Lindsay's talking about the name of that pattern of this one is the Little Hearts Fair Isle hat by Destiny Meyer.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is the third one I've made. They come together really quick. They're neat, especially
well, it's huge
if
yarn. It's huge yarn.
Yeah. Little kids look so cute, and those big gold bulky hats. That was fun. I did the palms this morning.
Yeah, I love that.
Cool.
Love that.
I have the list of email. I have the things that you sent me. Do you want to keep showing?
I did. I have a lot of
mine. My thing that I have from you that you made me.
You can.
You can finish showing and then I can go get it. Or you could just show another one.
I did. I brought another one just in case.
Just show another one.
So then my daughter's birthday, my daughter turned 11. She is a big Harry Potter fan. I've talked about this on the podcast before. She loves Gryffindor. And so in Gryffindor colors, I made her the Barley hat by Tin Can Knits. And then I just did the pattern based on, I Googled some store-bought ones and found and just made my striping pattern off that.
Yay. You're creating your own little striping pattern.
I know.
I'm so proud.
I'm telling you. I was kind of proud of myself.
You should be.
Through a gazillion pictures of the Barley hat.
Only imagine.
I like to research like that. So then
sweaters lately though, so I get it.
I did, these are the Waiting for Winter Mittens and Fingerless Gloves by
Susan B. Anderson.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have your email right here. That's why I know this.
Oh, I'm glad I sent it all. And these, I was really proud because it's the first time I used double points and got the ribbing right on the thumb.
So
it looks great.
My last one, the thumb sat for like 6 months. So
yeah, you were not sure about that. You weren't sure. You were really not sure about the thumb thing. I remember that.
No, and because I did one pair for Christmas and I ended up ripping out and just knitting it in regular stockinette and letting it roll a little bit instead of doing the ribbing. And I thought, okay, it's time for me to try. So I did the ribbing.
Nice.
So that's these. I was very into hat and mittens and headwear. So I did, this is not the actual one. For Lindsay's birthday, I did the woven
cable headband.
Yes. By Priscilla Uloho.
And
this is number 7. And I have found my favorite yarn to do these with is just a Cascade Aran 100% superwash. It's very, very squishy.
It looks very soft.
It is. And I did a crochet edge provisional cast on and Kitchener at the end.
Kitchener the thing together. Well done.
I did. Yep.
See there? I don't know why people complain about the Kitchener. It's helpful. You just get in the rhythm of it. You just get in that pattern of it.
It really, I mean, and it looks good.
It looks
Yes,
so
it's
good in that.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It looks
I
so
was
much. I like that look so much better than sewing it together.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lindsay, do you remember that purple cowl that I sent you?
Yeah.
That was Kitchener together, and that was like quite a few stitches. But I mean, and you'd have to look. You could find the seam. I'm sure you could, but you'd have to hunt for it for a bit.
Yeah.
Like not at first glance, you wouldn't see the seam.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make another one. I mean, I sent it to you, and I'm happy you were happy, but I'm gonna have to make another one. I always say that. Yay! You've done a lot. You have a lot.
I have. And
Yes.
washcloths.
Yes.
Did just 3 little washcloths for my husband.
Yes. Oh,
for
hey!
downstairs.
I just finished one because I did that video this last week for how to read your garter stitch gauge, and I was doing the washcloth for the video because I thought it'd be a good way to show how to count. Yeah, but it made me realize that I really need some more just for my kitchen. I just need some more. I need to weave in the ends clearly, but I haven't gotten around to it. Yeah, but hey, what I wanted to say, since we're talking about washcloths for a moment, if you want to learn how to knit and you haven't learned to knit, or maybe you just want to kind of improve your knitting skills a little bit, or you're just kind of maybe wanting to practice something new, I'm going to start a begin to knit series. This will be a slothful series, meaning we're going to go super slow. So if you're an experienced knitter, maybe it's not for you unless you just want to listen to me in the background banter away. But yeah, if you want to learn how to knit, though, join me.
Or I feel like if you have friends who want to learn how to knit and you want
and you want to have knitting friends to knit with.
Yes. I've tried to teach and I'm not a good knitting teacher, but I feel like you are a very good knitting teacher. So sending people your way.
Yeah. So you look for this to start on the channel in April because we're doing the mystery knit along, but I've pre-recorded some of those. So I'm thinking we're going to do some of this in April. So watch for that. If you have friends that want to learn to knit, or maybe you just want to go back and revisit some techniques, or maybe you're learning to knit a different style than you were before, watch for that. So this is going to be super slow, slothful, mindful. We're going to take it easy kind of thing. Yeah. So honestly, if you know somebody that wants to learn to knit, send them my way. Subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, because it's literally going to be, this is a knit stitch, this is a purl stitch, and we're going to make dishcloths because nobody likes to knit a scarf right off the bat. That's like, don't knit a scarf because for one thing, it's tedious and it's way too long and boring for a beginner. We're going to take a cue from Jill.
Of the
learn to knit dishcloths. Right. First, though, because these diagonal ones, like, look, the diagonal ones, you have to know how to make a yarn over and you have to know how to decrease. So the first dishcloth we're going to make is just going to be square back and forth. It's not going to be a diagonally one like this. But this will be number 2. This will be the second one. And washcloths are fantastic for learning different stitch patterns, different techniques, because it's enough to get the hang of it, but it's not enough to get sick of it.
Right.
Right. We're going to learn how to read our knitting along the way.
All the things.
Yeah, all the things. That's right. So I went and bought some mint green dishcloth to show you with.
Jill just did like a little to show off her dishcloth yarn.
Oh, that's right, because she has her pastry cupcake thing full of dishcloth yarn.
Yours
is like, I feel like yours is fluorescent green. Mine's more, well, maybe it is the same green. Huh?
Mine is a very lime. Mine is very
limey,
green.
Not mint, limey.
Yeah, that's hot. Lime.
They call it hot green, I do believe.
I don't know if mine's quite that hot. I feel like mine's toned down. It's not in front of me. Anyway, watch the channel for the Begin to Knit series that will be very slow and slothful. Because we want to be slothful and we want to learn to read our stitches properly and be able to take them out. I'm going to teach you how to unknit and tink, because I feel like to be a good knitter, you have to be a good unknitter. So when you see a mistake, you know how to go back and undo what you've done without like being like, well, crap, and just ripping the whole thing out because you're mad.
I just took the So Faded sweater has a little garter shoulders, and I accidentally knitted a row that should have been purl.
And you fixed it.
I did. I fixed it.
Because you know how to tink.
No, I didn't even tink. I fixed it one stitch at a time on the next row. I didn't want to go all the way back.
Sure. But that's because you've learned how to read it and know which loop to flip over which to make a purl into a knit or vice versa. Right. I'm still flipping around my dishcloth as if it's accentuating my point. Okay, so watch for that series coming up next month.
Yay.
Or later this month. Just watch for it. I'll send out a little, hey, we're going to start kind of a post. So
awesome.
Yay. Oh, okay. Did you have other things you wanted to show that you were done with since I derailed the dishcloth show and tell?
That was a lot. That was a lot for me.
Okay.
That was everything I finished since we last podcast.
So I have a couple of things that I cannot show you at the moment, but that I'm working on. I will, let's see. Well, we're starting the mystery knit along next month. Cast on is April 2nd. So I can't show you that because I'm filming a tutorial for Amba O'Brien's Caladenia Shawl mystery knit along. Anyway, so I'm working on that. That's cast on is April 2nd. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link down below where you can go to Amba's blog post and it will tell you like how many yards of this and how many yards of that. Color number 1 needs to contrast with color 2 and 3 or whatever. I'll give you all the details over there because it's her pattern. I'm just filming the tutorials for it. So that's April 2nd. But what I'm super happy about, 2 things. First, Jill was talking about our sock class, and because I'm keeping up knitting socks along with you for 2 classes each week, I'm knitting tiny socks. And I'm going to send them to Lindsay for her toddler-sized daughter. But yay! And this is just some stash yarn I had. I think it's actually Lion Brand Sock Ease. And it's, I'm sure, long discontinued. Yeah, now Lion Brand has a sock series called Mani Petty or something ridiculous like that. But anyway, this was from, I just had a partial skein in my stash, and it's cute, and it's
so cute.
Better. Yeah, so that's fun. So I'm almost done with those. I'll close those up when we do the Kitchener and stuff together during class this week. But what I'm super happy about is I just finished. Now, I haven't woven in the ends, but this afternoon, I finished the Fading Point shawl wrap by Joji Locatelli. I haven't woven in the ends yet, so haven't had time to block it, but I still finished it.
Oh my
gosh.
I know.
Oh,
so
that's
the other thing I'm going to do is where you join everything, see the hole right in the center, I will sew that up. Because she mentions in the pattern, yeah, you'll need to close up this hole from where all the points come together. You'll need to close, I'll need to close up that hole right there.
It almost looks like it's part of the
pattern.
It's
fine. Well, it's yeah, I'll do that. But I need to weave in the ends, obviously. But yay, it was fun.
Gosh.
Love it. Then this is a bunch of different stash yarns. So some of it is Koigu, some of it's Sweet Georgia, some of it was Up North yarns.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
So pretty.
So these were a fade I just found with my stash. So I was really super happy about that.
So pretty.
Yes. So I'm excited to finish that up. And now, which brings me to my next thing. I just love the whole fade thing so much. Now I have to go hunting for a different pattern because I feel like I want to do something else fade-ish now. I need something else. I might just start another Find Your Fade because I loved it so much. But I kind of want to do a faded like cardigan. Like you're doing the what's the one you're doing called, Lindsay?
Faded.
So Faded. And that's a pullover.
Mm-hmm.
I would just prefer a cardigan. So I need to hunt for some patterns.
She has, Drea Renee Knits does have a faded cardigan.
He does.
I'm not sure I like the shawl
like
collar.
A shawl collar.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about the shawl collar.
I don't love it.
She has another one called something Rose. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
And it's knit. I think it's knit from like one sleeve to the other, and it has a dolman sleeve. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure. But it has some neat cables on the front though. I do like that. And then Amba has
Amba's
red Radvent. I need to figure out how to lengthen it though, because I don't really want the cropped cardi. Kind of not my thing. But if I could make it longer, yeah. If I have the yardage to make the waist longer, then I might consider that. Yeah. Because I know some people have done that. I think I just need to read some comments and projects and see if anybody like gave me a hint on how they went about that. So
we are definitely the ladies that want all of the sweater.
Yes. So I'm excited that that's done. And now I want to knit more fadey things. But I have things I should finish first.
What is your next project, Jill?
My next project is Tin Can Knits the Flax sweater.
Nice.
I know. I just wanted you to say it.
I'm so excited. And it will be out of a yarn that's back there. Another Malabrigo, because I really like Malabrigo. And I'm excited because it will be my first sweater. My first pullover sweater.
Oh, pullover. Okay.
Pullover sweater. I should be more specific. I have done the cardigans.
I'm like, wait a minute, you're wearing a sweater you made.
No, it'll be my first pullover sweater. So I am really excited to start that.
And if we were in Australia or Europe, we would say it'd be your first jumper.
Yes.
As opposed to cardigan. But we say pullover, they say jumper. But pullover as opposed to cardigan. But they're all sweaters. Yeah.
So I'll either have to knit very, very quick or hope for a cool spring to be able to wear it. In my head, I'm geared up for wearing it in the fall, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, and then I went and started another sock just because, I always have to have, don't you always have to have a sock I always have to have a plain sock, for in the car, waiting on a doctor's appointment or whatever. Yeah. So this is kind of odd colors, but it's just, it was on sale and it's just for boots, and yeah. And it's a 6-ply. It's a 6-ply Regia 6-ply. So it's not a sport weight, but it's a heavy fingering. I wouldn't call it sport weight, but maybe, but it is a heavy fingering. So yeah. One of these, I split it in half. One of these is 150 grams. So hopefully it'll be enough.
I liked on our patron at night the other night, our friend Karen talked about finding a yarn opportunity. She found a yarn opportunity.
That. Yes.
So you have that sock is being knitted out of opportunity yarn.
Yes, meaning I ran across it and couldn't pass it up. So it was an opportunity for stash enhancement.
Well, she said it was on clearance, and so it makes you feel better about that part. So,
and this is the kind of thing, because I'm just doing a plain Jane vanilla sock, I can knit it without looking, and it's just, it's that comfort. I just need some meditative something to keep my hands busy because I'm talking to someone or watching a show or, knitting for 20 minutes before I go to bed. Yeah. So that's cool. So Lindsay, what's next for you after the baby sweater? Because I feel like you're going to get through that pretty quickly.
I plan to get through it pretty quickly. I'm going to show you what is next. I just had a birthday, and with birthday money, I ordered.
You did. I'm so glad.
So this is all Tippy Tree yarns. And the colors are Heffalump Dream, Tracking a Woozle, Duchess, Baby I'm Yours and Simply the Best. And they're all the Tippy sock.
And does this person have an Etsy store that we could link to down below?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she does. And it's just Tippy Tree Yarns.
Okay.
And I will do the So Faded for me, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna do the size like 4 year, so that it's like a down the road, because I'll have enough yarn for that, and I can just stash it away so that all of her hand knits, she doesn't grow out of them, and I don't then later not have time to make them.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my thought. We'll see if I actually do that or if I want her to wear it sooner.
Nice. Or you could make the one that I made size. Her. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Jill, go ahead.
No, that's okay. I made her one for Christmas, and I made the 2T size, but dude, she's gonna not be able to fit into it until she's 4. That's huge. My gauge is so loose, and I figured it would be okay because it's a type of one that you can wear as a tunic and then closer and closer. So yeah,
we'll get there.
Cool. So, and I just think they grow so fast. It's crazy. Right. It's just crazy. I mean, hasn't the last year for you gone by really quickly?
Yes. But the nice thing with hand knits is that when I wash and block it, I can always block it a little bit more aggressively, and it can grow a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And maybe it'll be a hand-me-down one day.
Yeah. Or like I have the romper, I couldn't think of the word romper, that I made for her 6-month pictures. So I have a friend whose daughter is almost 6 months, and she's gonna borrow it for.
That's cool.
Because she asked me if I'd make her one, and I would have, but then I kind of forgot, and I was like, "Oh, your pictures are coming up soon. You want to just borrow the one that I made rather than me knitting you a whole new one for?" And she said that was fine. So
yeah. Cute.
Plus, she wanted a very specific purple, and I couldn't find that purple, so instead she's gonna wear gray.
It goes with everything.
Yeah.
Nice. It does.
Nice.
Babies and hand knits and tweens and hats.
And then teenagers, big girls, with socks and sweaters.
And socks.
But now they're old enough to knit their own. So yes. Mine are old enough to knit their own. So
and are into it, which is nice. Because I feel like they're not necessarily into making their own or into wearing the hand knit.
Okay. Every year when there's Shetland Wool Week, I mean, COVID notwithstanding, they have still put out the Shetland Wool Week Annual, which has patterns and all kinds of things. And so this was the one. This is volume 6. It's from 2020, the Shetland Wool Week Annual. And there are some patterns in here that are only in this annual. And yes, I had this mailed from Shetland. They're only in this annual until I think they can be released by the individual designers maybe after a year. So this particular cardigan, you can see it on Ravelry, but the pattern is only in this annual, and it's called the Strom cardigan. So, but as you know, I'm not really a pinky person. So, and now, but notice how the background is dark, and then the edge, the button band and the cuffs are lighter. So I've kind of flipped it. So I'm going to do a light gray for my main color yarn. And then I'm going to have those be my accent colors. So this darker purple here will be the button band, and the cuff will be that dark purple. And then, the color palette, well, there's one more, I think, but you get the idea.
Oh, that'll be pretty.
So this is the main color of the sweater, and then all the other things. Right. So I kind of want to start that. I think I'm going to start that instead of I need to do some swatching for my Fair Isle gauge, whatever that's going to be. Yeah. So I think I'm going to start that. Obviously, I'm into purpley things, purple and grays, because, right? Because purple and gray. Yeah.
So pretty.
It's nice to be able to have like choices when you sit down to knit, because sometimes you're ready to knit like Lindsay is, like her sweater, and sometimes you want to sit down and just do something easy.
A dishcloth.
Yes.
Or, if the family wants to watch a movie and you kind of want to pay attention to that
Right.
too. Yeah, you're not going to be dragging out the big charts and stuff. So, yeah, right. Cool. Well, it seems like a busy spring. There's a lot going on.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put all the links to everything we talked about below, as well as Ravelry project pages if you want to send those to me. If people are, I think I have your projects, like people. If Lindsay decides to put her information on her project page, and if not, then not, whatever. Sorry.
I feel like once I put it on my project page, I have to finish it. And if I don't put it on my project page, I don't have to finish it.
You're not obligated to anyone.
I can just start something new.
Sure. Yeah.
Because
there is a wonderful button. There's a wonderful button that says delete. You can always take it off if you decide not to finish it. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me again.
Thank you. It was fun. And what I have enjoyed recently is watching your Instagram. And so I don't know if people know that they can catch up on the day-to-day, especially the stuff on the farm or the historic blizzard that's happening right now. So definitely check you out on Instagram. Yeah.
So if people want to watch the farm stuff, I do post on my stories, and I have a little highlight that says farm stuff that I've been putting all the weekend blizzard stuff on there because it's pretty. This storm is historic, really. I mean, 29 inches this afternoon, and I haven't measured in the last couple hours. I'm sure it's more than that now.
Crazy.
So anyway, watch my Instagram. It's Purl_together. So yeah, watch my Instagram. I'm trying to build that up. So thanks for mentioning that. Yay. All right. Thanks for joining me again. Talk to you next time.
Yay, bye.
Have a great time, guys. Happy knitting.
Bye.